Adilaten noizazirotua nareptek.
Eveun horezatzi paledat geridarilaten uerap noizazirotua eleizteveun jarnezezi opi muin.
Ebeun horezatzi paledat geridari lazarapo dazirotua. Katorra nuegu. Atramalo leigut, habitiko pasat.
Namir, oleuven al plerbosat nuger panugla, odraukain.
Hornitik nebot nukkod Tundra medopotei pesonolot, onet nenel.
Abakatzea inapmokatzeo irarnokolen, olrat netniek somenet, oneu.
Hori netne, iz. Hod jambon narebut. Adi solevalo neinget nam somatzeoret, ahorran otalen atzero otomles arutarep metzai.
Azakat leubedalear, etneiz ikuseuse, odraukain.
Eteizik niebatzi palderaz ibretzarap noizazirotua eleizteveun jarnezezi opi muin.
Ebeun jarnezezi opi muineteizik niebatzi panekaz irreta, hori netne.
Oleuvezero patakale izetro tropa di brezareza zebrezal. Ostenei.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Mission Moonshot video. As you guys just saw, we were able to get the Numi boy up to 666 meters per second, above the stipulated 650. And, yeah, we were able to get the extra 30,000 plus the 5,000 bonus for landing on the runway, which puts us in a bit of a safer spot. We're still in debt. We can't afford to do much, but we can afford to launch a redstone. So we have Raymond on here. We're going to go ahead and launch a Mercury redstone to get started with today. And yeah, hopefully with all the contracts I have, this will actually grant us quite a bit of funding. Because yeah, we actually have the Explains High contract, which I didn't realize was actually, you could do that with a rocket, but you can, and that's actually worth a lot more than the suborbital flight contract. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to go ahead and use Smart ASS surface mode as always. And yeah, without any further ado, the sun is shining, and it seems like a great time for a launch. So let's just go ahead and roll back the tower. Which is going to be floating a little bit. I actually don't know if I need to place these towers anymore, because technically the Cape Canaveral provides the tower already over there. So I might just, you know, not use these towers. But anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and 3, 2, launch this rocket! Redstone time! And as we do, we will manually pitch it over. Because, yeah, ascent guidance is great, but I don't actually know how well it does suborbital flights. I feel like I can do a suborbital flight pretty easy myself. Yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful view of the Cape. Launching from LC-12. Yeah, look at all the LCs we have down here. All the small launch pads, and then obviously we have the bigger ones down there for the Saturn V. Alright, are we running any science? Yeah, can't really run those two. Okay, and those are already done, so I guess we can run those. There we go. Run all the science! I did actually get some science from our Mach 2 flight. We got enough to unlock primitive solar panels, so some better solar panels for our space probes. But I want more. I want more science. It's not enough, I say. It's not enough! Let's go ahead and throttle that down a bit. The capsule is overheating. Okay, shut down. Mercury capsule exploded due to overheating. Why? And also, like, revert flight, because we literally cannot afford this failure. But yeah, I don't know why that was. You know, maybe I will just let ascent guidance do the thing. Yeah, we'll say you target, 200 by 200. Go have fun. Try and reach it. I wanna see you try. Oh, yes. This is why we don't trust ascent guidance. Where we're going, we don't need a launch escape system. Whee! Raymond seems to be perfectly fine with what's happening. Yes, I know the tower jettisoned prematurely, but as long as there's no issues, Raymond, you don't need it. You don't need it. Yeah, I'm guessing I just pitched over way too soon. That's my guess as for what happened. Yeah, and I was throttling down, thinking that would help, but no, all these engines have one throttle setting. It's either full beans or nothing. So, yeah, unless we shut the engine, we were kind of, screwed. But anyways, there we go. See, it was fine. Everything was fine. We already did all that, so we'll just go ahead and run that and that. Get a little bit of science out of this. Oh, flight control experiments are done. Okay. So yeah, we'll get a little bit of Earth photography. Again, we need to be in orbit for most of these things, but it's just, you know... Orbiting is hard, man. But we can at least look through our periscope and get a nice view of the very pretty clouds. And yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and decouple this. We're not even going to bother using it. Because I don't think we need it. I mean, we definitely don't really need it. But I think burning it is it's gonna make our periapsis slower, which is going to give us a steeper descent. So we'll see if not burning the retro actually allows us to not pass out. That'll be an experiment. Be like, maybe shallower re-entry angles are better. Maybe we can experiment about that. There's Jupiter over there. Why don't we look at Jupiter? There's Jupiter. We can do some celestial tracking. Ooh, there's Venus, Mercury. Oh, wow. Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Mars. All over there. Alrighty, the atmosphere has been hit. We are going down. And hey, look, we're going Mach 6. We could only get up to Mach 2 in the plane. Rocket goes faster. Alright, here we go. Gonna hit it. The G's are getting up there. And Raymond passed out, but I don't know if he'll be out for as long? Huh, it's hard to tell. He passed out either way, so firing the retro or not didn't really change anything. But either way, he's back. And yeah, we only used like a little bit of a blader. Turned it into char-to-blader. Tasty char-to-blader. Anyways, there goes the drogue. Boosh! Sploosh. Don't worry, rescue should be here eventually. I mean, I don't see any rescue ships, but they'll be on the way soon. Ish. Alrighty, so there we go. We have our money. And we made 0.4 science, so we made a little bit. Not nearly enough, though. It's fine. We got our 78,000, and we can accept another contract. I kind of want to do Tundra. I think that would be relatively easy to do. Yeah, we had this accepted, and then I had to decline it, because, you know, the advance isn't the best, so we got a bit more. But I think now we can go ahead and accept that through, and I want to try and see if we can tool the Atlas and make it stop costing so much money. So as you can see, it's going to cost $11,191 to build. However, if we tool it, it's only going to cost 89 days and a lot less time. However, actually that's not too expensive for just the Mercury Atlas, so that's actually okay. We'll do that. I think mainly it's a bit more expensive on our Atlas Agena. I think the Agena maybe requires a bit more advanced tooling, but that's fine. But yeah, there we go. We can get a Mercury Atlas rolled out, and yeah, let's see how much it is for the Atlas Agena, because I am actually curious. Yeah, that's where the money's coming out. So I gotta try and figure out what's being so expensive here. I guess the fairings. All the fairings. Yeah, we have, like, the fairings on the inner stage here, the fairings up here. Okay, yeah, fairings are I guess, pricey. Although I think some of this should already be tooled, right? Because we tooled it on the other one. Because, yeah, everything that I tooled in here, yeah, should be the same as the other one. Oh, 3 by 3.9. Okay, so it's not quite the same V scale. Make it 1. And then that says it's tooled. Okay. Anyways, that basically saves all the tooling for those balloon tanks. It wasn't quite the same. Very intriguing. Alrighty, so here we have it. The third time's the charm Mercury Atlas with Thomas flying this time. This is going to be Thomas's first time in space. How you feeling, buddy? But yeah, we're actually, just to make sure that nothing goes wrong, we are going to go ahead and disable auto stage, just so that MechJeb doesn't do anything that I don't want it to. So we'll fire all the stages manually. It's still going to do the pitch over and all that as normal, and we're going to go ahead and tell it to do 200 by 200, current, that sort of thing. And yeah, hopefully I can prevent myself from firing the retro prematurely, because yeah, we're not having MechJeb auto stage any of this. So anyways, if you're ready, Thomas, we are going to be sending you off. Let's go ahead and first raise the walkway. Get that out of there. Don't want to hit it. And anyways, I'm nervous. I'm sure Thomas is nervous. But yeah, here we go. Third time's the charm for crewed orbit. Engaging the autopilot and liftoff. Alrighty, and there we go. That is a somewhat orbit. It's actually not quite there, surprisingly. The Mercury Atlas, I don't know if it was something that I did that was underperformed, but yeah, it underperformed. We're just slightly short of orbit. We'll make it a decent ways around the Earth, probably splashing down somewhere around Madagascar. But yeah, we can go ahead and run the science. But yeah, it's still not orbit. Man, what is it going to take for us to get orbit? We'll have to go ahead and rush another one of these Mercury Atlases done. I mean, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I didn't stage everything quick enough, and like we dragged the skirt for too long. But yeah, that's a lot of can't really do anything. But yeah, at least the retros haven't fired, so that's good. At least. I mean, Thomas is pretty happy about it, all things considered. I think he's just happy to be in space. But it's not ideal. The situation we're in right now is not ideal. We're gonna get another Atlas. It's not the end of the world. So let's just, you know, let's just go ahead, make sure the retro works, fire that up. And yeah, that affects that a lot. I wonder if the reason Anselika got stuck in orbit was because the retro fired. Like, that could honestly be the reason why she was in orbit, and if the retro didn't fire, we would end up in a similar situation like this. Who really knows? Alrighty, yep, there's Africa. We're either gonna streak right across it and then end up like Madagascar, or we're gonna hit the land. Either way, it's the furthest a crew has gone down range, so I guess that's worth something, right? I think so. Ooh, it's spicy. Let's get, ooh. Oh gosh. Oh dear. So that re-entry profile wasn't good. That was not a good re-entry profile. And it overheated. Not ideal, but yeah, we've averted enough times, so we live with that. Yeah, I'm guessing we just shouldn't have fired the retro there and had a more gradual descent, but hindsight is 2020. And at least that's our first male crew death. So I guess it's a little bit different. Also, we really don't need this. Mercury Atlas, round 2. Alrighty, so I ran a simulation, and I literally changed nothing except for the fact that I let MechJeb run all the stages, and it worked just fine. So obviously I did something inefficient when it came to my staging. Not sure what, but either way, we'll let MechJeb run the stages, and just, yeah, make sure that we cut it off at the right time. And also, I did a little, thing here, because I noticed it was a thing when I was playing, Go for Launch Mercury. Because, yeah, these retros here, we'll go ahead and remove them from symmetry. And, put them all on different stages. Yeah, like that. So that way they fire one after another. And I think that's to, yeah, like redundancy, right? And then, yeah, instead of stopping at stage 3, we'll stop at stage 5. But yeah, if you think about it, if it did stop at stage 3, it would have fired 2 retros, but we still would have had 1. So there still would have been a chance that we could have actually got back. So, you know, there's something to that. Alrighty. Are you ready, Raymond? Hopefully you don't end up like everybody else who's flown on Mercury so far. So far, you seem to be okay. I mean, you hit the water at 30 meters per second, but you're fine.
Everything is sleeping, remains the sound of wind, as if time is frozen upon this polar night. Open your eyes, my friend, seems we're getting close. The northern lights are flowing upon this polar night. Try not to close your eyes, see the colors emerging. That is what we're chasing through the wandering lights, wandering lights. Try not to fall apart among the field above us. That is why we're gathering. See the wandering lights, wandering lights.
And there we are, in orbit. Anyways, there we go. We can go ahead and get our science done. We have made it into orbit. And, yeah, we're gonna keep you up here for a day. We're gonna keep you up here for as long as we can before we bring you down. Because, yeah, we need to try and make as much money as possible here. That's the goal, right? But yeah, we're gonna go for all the records. Actually, I don't even know if Mercury can survive one day. Yeah, that actually might not be possible. Because, yeah, there's nothing about this about staying home. So, and Salika stayed in space for as long as possible. And, I mean, maybe there is a stipulation about they need to get back home. But yeah, like, it doesn't show there's a stipulation, which is interesting. But there we go. First orbital flight, orbit, completing orbit, extend the periscope, do the experiments, do all the things, doop-a-doo. It's so beautiful up here in space, isn't it, Raymond? There's this, ooh. Wow, look at that sunset. Raymond's enjoying that. There you go. Cast in a nice shadow on the spacecraft. Still haven't survived an orbit yet. We'll see sunrise in a little bit. There we are. There's sunrise. And there's the Cape. Are we looking at the Cape again? Yeah, or we're looking at Brownsville. Looking at Brownsville there. About to fly over the Cape. There's the Cape again. That's one orbit, so now they want us to return home. I think we'll do 3 orbits. That'll max out our science here, and that won't be too long. Whee! Okay, that was another one. So that was 2. Counting them. You guys counting them? You guys counting the orbits? Whee! And there we go. Look at all that science we got. How's our electrics doing? They're doing okay. How long is it for one day in space? I think it's just slightly too long. We'll go ahead and yeah, one more orbit will complete our Earth photography, and we'll go ahead and try and splash down in the Gulf. So 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Maybe firing them all at once is a good idea, because that created a lot of torque. Okay, at least we're in the atmosphere now. Okay, let's fire the last one. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're in the atmosphere. That was not how I intended for that to go. Okay, so maybe we do want to fire them all at once. Noted. So yeah, maybe Go for Launch Mercury is inaccurate about that. Like, because I noticed in Go for Launch Mercury, it was like this one fired, then this one, and I thought that was like kind of interesting, and like in this they all fired at once, and I didn't really think too much of it. And then I was like thinking like, oh, if they were in different stages, if our staging accidentally fired one retro, we'd still have 2 retros. But obviously, you kind of want to fire them all at once, or you spin. It's not a good trick when it comes to deorbiting. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Here we go. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. So, what was basically another orbit in the atmosphere, we have finally come down. We've burned quite a bit of the ablator, but, coming down actually relatively gently. I think here's where we're gonna pull the G's, though. I think we're gonna hit a lot of G's here. It's a spicy meatball. Pulling a little bit of spicy G's there, but we made it. Raymond has become the first person to survive orbit, if the parachutes deploy, that is. But we all know that Raymond can survive, even if they don't. Raymond, you have gone and done it. That is what we needed. We got 2 KCT upgrade points, and he's advanced to level 1. Amazing. Now we can finally research some stuff. So we'll go ahead and get some more science. We'll go ahead and get interplanetary communications. So we can go ahead and do our first interplanetary probe. I think we'll just go for better solar. Agena D secondary propulsion system. Gemini program. Gemini target vehicle. Find control over maneuvers without igniting the main engine. Yeah, I think I want that. Bam. Beautiful. Finally got some research to do. Finally back in the swing of things. It feels like they've been in a slog for such a long time. So yeah, I think next up we're going to go ahead and do Tundra. I went ahead and got that rocket built. I just need to tool it, which we have the money now. We can successfully tool that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tool that, get that rolled out to the pad, and actually probably get the lunar mission rolled out too. We have the money. And bam, there it is, just like that. Yeah, we're able to pump out rockets rapidly now with our new influx of funds. We can just pump these guys out, so that's pretty exciting. We have the next rocket, which is actually another lunar orbit attempt. That's literally just like less than a month away from launch. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a lot less waiting between launches. I mean, obviously for you guys, I've been just jump cutting, but like, you know, we're already on year 1973, mainly because of how bad our launch cadence was. But now, with our excess funding, we're going to have a really good launch cadence, hopefully. But anyways, what we have to do for this Tundra orbit is we have the 85 units of Calmsden. That is not a problem. But we need to get into the specific orbital parameters, as stated. So I'm going to go for a 200 by 2000, attach the altitude, just like that, get our inclination plotted in there, and then yeah, we'll do a maneuver to get this period and then probably adjust it with RCS. It's not a tricky orbit to get to. It does require a relight, which we haven't had the best luck with Agena relights, but I think I figured out why, and I'll tell you guys why right after we get into space here. So, off we go. Our satellite has been placed into the nice orbit that we ordered. So obviously this does not complete the Tundra orbit contract. Our apoapsis is above 1 megameter. Our perigee is not. So we need to go ahead and raise our apogee from our perigee, which, you know, we can do with 1 relight. But yeah, like I said, we've been having problems with the relights. So what's been going on? Well, if we take a look at this engine, we can see the internal engine temp and the time since shutdown. This ignition chance is going to change over time based on how long the engine's been shut down and a lot of other factors too. Basically, what's been happening is we haven't been able to ignite our engine because we haven't been letting it cool for enough. You need to let it sit for a while. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to let this engine sit for a while, let its temperature do its thing. It did a lot of work, you know, getting into orbit and stuff. You know, it's tired. You gotta let it be tired. See, look, there we go. The ignition chance just dropped to 0. And the restart ignition penalty is 99.99%. And look, now the ignition chance is slowly going back up. So we just want to sit here for a couple orbits. Let the engine cool off. And there we go. Now that the engine's cooled off, we can go ahead and reignite our engine without worries. And see, that was something that I was not aware of. But yeah, it seems like we actually want to do our prograde burn now. Where I warp to, it seems like this is big it's about to do our prograde burn. So let's go ahead and plot our Principia node. Propellant is very stable. And the reignition chance, and there we go! Our first in-flight reignition. Beautiful. But yeah, you know, the engine, you know, it works really hard. You gotta give it some breathing time. You gotta let it cool, man. You gotta let it cool down. I mean, like, yeah, if you were to, like, shut the engine off and then really quickly reignite it again, then it's fine. Because, like, all the internals are warmed up. But, like, yeah, as soon as you let it drop below a certain temperature, then you gotta let it go all the way down. Or something. I don't know. Some engine things. Oh, wow, look at the auroras. Very pretty. It's overall very pretty atmosphere. Well, lack of atmosphere, I guess, here. Semantics. So there we go. Did we... Oh, yeah, we got the period. Awesome. So, yeah, it's just checking for a stable orbit. Okay, we'll let it do that, and then we'll jettison the thing. And there we go. That's a contract complete. Look at that. Look at this orbit. If we actually go to ECEF, look, it's a weird bean orbit. This is basically what the orbit would look like if you were on the ground. So, like, as the Earth rotates, this is what the orbit looks like. Very weird. Be free, Tundra satellite. Look how high above the Earth we are. We are so high in the sky. But yeah, you can kind of see, like, from where we are, the point below us is kind of staying roughly right there. So as you can see, a ground tracking station would have a relatively easy time tracking this satellite. Whoosh. Obviously not on the bottom there. That would be very hard to track. But, like, up here, yeah, very, very, very easy to track. So there we go. Tundra completed. Alright, and like I said, Atlas Vagina Lunar is so close to being done. It is practically already done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff! And there we go. That's actually a pretty good trajectory. I don't think I need to really edit that too much. How much delta V is our stage? So we have 353 meters per second. Okay. Okay, yeah. All our delta V doesn't really get us into orbit. Okay, so we might want to get a little bit closer. Oh, these are nitrogen. Oh, I never fixed that. So yeah, we can't quite capture into an orbit. Okay. Again, I tested this a while ago, so it worked. It worked when I tested it a while ago. I mean, how heavy is this? Hold on. Will you accept lunar impactor instead? We changed our orbit a ton. Either way, we didn't get impactor. It would have been funny if we did. Although we do have, wait, we do have actually magnetic scans up here. Oh, look at that. Earth space high. We don't have magnetic scans from Earth space high. Okay, we'll get some of that. So at least you're not completely useless. Cool. And I think on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. So if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up going with a different lunar probe design. We have better engines than solid engines, so we'll end up doing something with solid engines, or not solid engines, but monopropellant engines, because yeah, solid engines, we have stuff that's better than them. We're not really hurting for money, as you guys saw, so that is all fine. See you guys next time. Goodbye for now.